I found a book on a 42nd Street in New York on an outdoor stall, and I knew I wanted to be in radio and become a disc jockey to try to get into comedy, to be an actor, or whatever the path was going to be, but I really had no foundation or groundwork. And I saw a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and I bought it and read the first, I don't know how many chapters or pages of it. And essentially what it says is the brain is a goal-seeking mechanism that if you put the inputs in, if you put into it what you would like to get out of it, you can let it work. And you don't have to coax it or prod it. And that's what happens with all the information you have, and you see your files over and over. First of all, you see something, say, oh, that's interesting, I got to write that down. I can use that. You write that down. When you think of it first, when you write it down, it's the second impression. When you see it later to sort it, that's the third impression. So you sort it. And when you then enter it into the computer, that's the fourth impression. By this time, the brain already has used it to network other parts of your brain that have similar thoughts, similar storage. And those things then kind of go to another level. You find things that don't seem congruous on the surface that have some relationship to each other that you can kind of build a bridge by writing. And so a lot of these things happen unknown to you. That's why I'm always reading my files and going into the computer, because I see these things again and again, and they strike me, and I say, oh, wow, and I get excited about something. I say, that's great, wait till I hear that. Wait till I hear that. This is the feeling I get, is I can't wait to tell them this. It's like a guy on the bench in the football team who says, coach, put me in. These things sing to you, they call out. And then you get to write them, and then that's the real fun. And then you write for a while, and a day or two or whatever you want, and you put it aside, and you don't look at it for another week. And you look at it then with fresh eyes, and it's just an amazingly joyful process to create from impressions that come in. You know, I don't know where that comes from, except the Irish say you don't lick it off the rocks. So I think my heritage, the people who came before me and my family gave me a lot of tools that are useful for me.